I'm Roshni Chawla and I'm trying to create this YouTube video to elaborate the topic more on understanding what a project is. And I myself is learning project management and I'm practicing it in my organization. However, I haven't yet finished my certification. Most of the YouTube videos or the study material which I am getting from the organization and where I'm getting trained on the subject usually includes more information about the criterias which we can use to pass the certification examination, but somehow I feel it's diluting the entire ask of the issue at the moment right now, that if we are learning project management, what actually is a project management, how and where should we apply these tools or techniques which we are learning in project management. So to start with, I think the most important topic would be to understand what is a project. So, according to me, a project is a complex, non routine, one time effort limited by time, budget, resources, and performation specification designed to meet a customer need. So, during our business as usual activities, which is BAU activities, there are many tasks which the client or the customer tells us to do. So, if the parameters match the expectations of what a project should be, or how it should work, then only this project specification or the techniques which we use in project management should be applied as per the guidelines suggested by all the trainers or all the people whom I'm conversing or having discussions regarding project. So to say that I agree to it as 100% uh, comment. I wouldn't say that, because sometimes, making this differentiation between this normal day-to-day activity and a project is very difficult in our day-to-day life, because whenever any scope of document is signed with the customer, there are specific timelines and specific SLAs and activities mentioned in the project. However, the decision making that the new task which the customer is suggesting to perform in the environment should come under BAU activity, or the should be taken up as a project, completely depends on the decision making of the organization, how or at what time this decision is getting done, and what is the constraints if we take this as a project. So few points we need to keep in mind, that any project would be a temporary endeavor. So it cannot be that till the time the this deal is signed with the client, the activities which we are thinking to capture as a project uh, should not be a business as usual project. Then a project should have different phases, so that specific milestones can be mapped and traced, and we can have a governance over actual auditing, that how much have we completed, and we can calculate a variance on the grounds. This is how we would measure the progress in a project. um, the most important thing which I feel is a project should be definite and it should have a beginning and an end. So this is one place where we find it most difficult, that as and when the project keeps on developing, new specifications or new scope of the project arises. Sometimes it is within our limits to incorporate those changes, and the scope gets modified and it is considered as a project. But there are many cases in which the entire scope of the project got changed, and that put us in a very uh, risky situation to go ahead with the project or terminate it there and replan the project itself. So point is very important, and the final point, which is a unique out should be there from a project. So this is it. We will discuss more points on what a project is later in some other video. Thanks.